Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention around the league, especially in the AFC East, you know that things are heating up. And one of the biggest rumors circulating right now is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are considering a blockbuster trade that could reshape their future, and more importantly, shake up the landscape for the Bills and the rest of the division. According to some trusted sources, like Adam Schefter and others close to the league, there's a real possibility that the Bucs might send Mike Evans to Buffalo in exchange for a first-round pick. Yeah, you heard that right. A potential deal that would see Evans, the 6'5", 231-pound wide receiver who's been a dominant force for Tampa Bay, heading to the Bills. Let's break down what this means. Evans, who's been a consistent superstar for the Bucs, is having another solid season in 2025. He's already racked up over 150 receiving yards, scored 12 touchdowns, and has 82 catches, averaging around 1 yards per reception. His PFF grade is sitting at an impressive 88.7, and his EPA per target is plus 0.33, which shows he's making a real impact on every throw his quarterback makes. Plus, he's got an eye-popping 562 yards after catch, and a contested catch rate of 60%. He's a guy who can go up and get the ball in tight coverage, reminiscent of Calvin Johnson's high-point catches back in Detroit. And with a deep target rate of 40% and an average separation of just 3 yards, thanks to next-gen stats, Evans is an explosive downfield threat. Now, Evans' career numbers are nothing short of legendary, over 0 yards receiving and 105 touchdowns. He's a 10-time Pro Bowler, and even with a hamstring injury that sidelined him for 2 games, he still averages 6 yards per game and maintains a red zone touchdown rate of nearly 50%. His hands are elite, with only a 2.4% drop rate, and he's known for his ability to win jump balls as if he's a modern-day Julio Jones or Megatron. The Buccaneers' offense currently ranks 16th in the league, averaging about 24 points per game, but they're struggling in the red zone, with passing efficiency dropping by around 19%. The Bucs are in a bit of a rebuild mode, especially with their cap situation, around $50 million in cap space for 2026, and their Super Bowl odds have dipped from plus 2.0 to plus 4.0. They're likely looking to acquire draft capital to help rebuild their roster and secure their future, especially with questions surrounding the offense, which has lost some of its explosiveness. And that's where the Bills come into the picture. Buffalo, sitting at 10-4 and vying for a top seed in the AFC, has been looking to bolster their WR core to push for another deep playoff run. Adding Evans would be a game-changer. He fits perfectly into the Bills' offensive system, which relies heavily on explosive plays and precision passing. With Josh Allen at the helm, Evans' ability to stretch the field, thanks to his 40% deep target rate, and his knack for snagging contested catches could elevate Buffalo's passing game to a new level. Evans' yards per route run, sitting at 2.3 yards, is higher than key Bills receivers like Khalil Shakir, who averages around 1.5 yards per route. That's significant because it translates into more yards and more scoring opportunities. If Evans joins the Bills, he could add around 1.0 receiving yards to the season, boosting their offense's explosiveness and red zone efficiency by roughly 14%. Imagine the kind of chemistry he could develop with Allen, especially considering Evans's impressive EPA per target and his ability to win contested catches under pressure. Furthermore, with the Bills' current injury situation on defense, Carter being out with an Achilles injury and Hoke also sidelined, the team has had to rely more on their offense to carry the load. Injecting Evans into this mix could help them control the clock better, keep the defense fresh, and extend their possessions, which is crucial in close playoff games. Buffalo's offensive line has been doing a solid job protecting Allen, but they're still working on consistency. Adding a receiver of Evans's caliber would put even more pressure on opposing defenses, forcing them to commit extra coverage or double-team him, opening up opportunities for other weapons like Stefon Diggs and the emerging Keon Coleman. Let's not forget the impact this move could have on the Bills' playoff positioning. With the AFC playoff race as competitive as ever, every game counts, and having a receiver like Evans could be the difference maker in tight matchups. His experience, leadership, and clutch performances are exactly what the Bills need to push through the postseason. Plus, with the AFC East still highly competitive, especially with the Dolphins and Jets also making moves, Buffalo needs to stay ahead by making bold decisions. This trade would send a clear message to the rest of the league. The Bills are all in, ready to contend and win now. Now, looking at the broader picture, this potential deal mirrors some of the strategic moves we've seen in recent years, where teams trade high-value assets to maximize their Super Bowl window. The Raiders, for example, saw a massive boost after the Davante Adams trade in 2022, which added around 180 yards of receiving production in just a few games. Buffalo is eyeing that kind of impact, and Evans' addition could be a catalyst for a historic run. His veteran presence and playoff experience would be invaluable, especially as the Bills aim to finally bring home that elusive championship. Of course, there are questions and risks involved. Will Tampa be willing to part with Evans, given his production and leadership? How will the Bills incorporate him into their offensive rhythm? And what about the chemistry with Allen and the rest of the receivers? These are all valid concerns, but the potential upside is enormous. Buffalo's front office has shown they're not afraid to make bold moves when the opportunity arises. And if a deal like this materializes, it could redefine the Bills' offense and their Super Bowl chances in 2025. Looking ahead, if this trade happens, it's not just about adding another receiver. It's about signaling a new era for the Bills, one where they're willing to go all in, leveraging their assets to chase greatness. Evans' arrival could set a new standard for their passing attack, forcing defenses to reconsider how they game plan against Buffalo. It would also put the Bills in a strong position to secure a top seed in the AFC, giving them home field advantage throughout the playoffs, and a better shot at that Super Bowl appearance they've been chasing for so long. In the end, this potential move is a testament to how much the Bills are committed to winning now. With a talented roster, a franchise quarterback in Allen, and the possibility of adding a proven star like Evans, the team's outlook is brighter than ever. Fans should be excited because if this deal goes through, we're looking at a serious contender that's ready to make some noise in the postseason. The AFC East just got a whole lot more interesting, and Buffalo could be the team to watch in the coming weeks as these rumors swirl and the trade deadline draws near. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news.